Okay, no, we do have sound. Gotcha. Of course we do.
Oh, dear.
Hello. Just say, it's been one of those days so far.
Good.
And she has got a new tool.
It's the mini Giffen Grip. I mean, talk about, it looks like a decent box, but look how elaborate the inside of the box was.
Which is a bit of a shame considering how little time you're actually going to spend using that box.
It says right here for tool storage. How are you going to keep a cardboard box in a clay environment?
Yeah.
Just say.
But yeah, if you've seen the videos before, you know that that Giffen Grip is a lot smaller than that
one. And the little feet are much smaller than even the smallest of the other ones.
Yeah. So now if we go here.
Good. Gotta keep it clean, right? They just get into these little holes. It's really very cute.
See?
Oh, no, those fingers. These ones right here. These are the really big ones. Oops.
What?
I had an extra one in my hand.
Ah.
I only need 3, not 4. And these just click in here. And it still just spins like that. Okay. And it has this little button here, which you have it up so you can adjust it and then
Lock things in
lock
place.
things in place.
Okay, I should be able to close that now. There.
Look at that. Because my biggest complaint was always it was just a little too big for some of the things that I did. So when I saw that ceramic supplier had
They sent out a very effective ad.
yeah,
Let's
they
just say
did.
that. So you're going to be doing that for a little bit so I can get to doing skulls over here?
Yep.
That looks like it's holding on really well. And that one attaches to the wheel via the bat pins?
Bat pins, like a bat. It's about the same size as your average bat. Yeah, let's see. And I can even do things like the knobs for things on this.
Because it's so small.
It's so small, yeah. These are what I'm working on right now is I'm attaching the feet to the tendonite sockets.
Because he had a couple where the feet didn't fit right with the initial top set that you threw. So you had to throw new feet and new tops to fit the other halves.
Okay, so I see clean it regularly because it has very, very fine tolerances. Yes, in the directions, and it's like, yeah.
And Nyx is out here. She's just curled up in the sunbeam in the window right behind me there. She is a dark shade.
Yeah, the feet are the same size.
She is
Just
just
a different height.
off the edge.
So, that one or that one. They both
There.
look a little too tall. So what I'm going to do here is
Cat cam's gonna be cat. It's a cattywampus cat cam right now. It's just it's a cattywampus cat cam. So don't fall out of your grip there.
only thing is I need to use, but yeah, look at that. Because it'll clamp all the way down. That's small. These ones are too tall. These ones are smaller ones. I have to use different attachments.
Could use different feet.
Different feet. Yeah, because you have one set of feet, 2 sets of feet,
So it works pretty much like the old Giffen.
And then you have ones that, I mean, look at this, the different size feet that it comes with. And ones that just for holding onto plates, well, small plates, mind you, but and ones for like if you were doing lids or something, because they scooch right in. So
If someone were to be looking to choose between the two Giffens, if someone makes cups more than like big items, would this be the better size?
it might be the better size. And it doesn't take up as much space when you're not using it.
Yeah, because not only is it several inches smaller around, it's smaller in diameter, it's a third the thickness.
Yeah.
It's far more space efficient.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have chat. That's what's missing on the screen.
Yeah, that would probably help, huh?
For a little while, it wasn't wanting to see one of the cameras. It was having to futz with that. There we go. Chat's now up.
Where's the cups? How tiny soft.
Repeat or not, I know. I checked them and went, no, we didn't moisten those ones, did we? The other day. Nah.
You need to get this so it's good. Serrated rib here also works as a nice little saw because it's got teeth. It's got teeth. And it actually holds on to them really well too. So I'm having to use a little bit of force here because
There we go. I think I may have had headaches like I was just doing for the skull. The front part of the forehead really sloped back still. So it's beating on the inside of the skull with the potter's thumb.
now.
Yeah, and I'm like, I've had that headache.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is really holding on.
Nice.
And it's just a little dark card.
So bit that past the leather, you're saying?
Yeah. And now I'll put this cup back on here. Oh, there's the tool that I was originally looking for. It's on the other side. There we go. Because I don't want to get stuff on the lip of the cup.
I realized that the first skull that I picked up to work on was one that you had just started to do the rounding to and hadn't actually finished. Because I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't have his eye sockets worked on. Or that's...
Well,
Or the
we're
ridge
just going to go in and have like lunch.
Yeah.
We're both like hungry.
Now I remember that I wanted to make some tea to take out with. More tea and go inside.
Almost there. Almost there. Well, I can't make them this bigger around, so I have to make that smaller. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That'll work.
Hard to tell whether she's flattening out to absorb more warmth or if she is, hanging low because she sees a bird. Because she's just kind of melted.
Bright eyes looking at them.
That's why I kind of think it might be a bird. She's stalking something out on the other side of the glass.
There. Get some goo. Goo kind of dried up some. Okay. Didn't think it was that dry.
Oh, there may have been that secondary bucket of goo, which had been let to sit open for a while before it was covered.
It was really soft the other day when I was using it.
I don't know.
So,
It's okay. It's not that moist out here right now. It's 37%.
Oh wow, it is dry. Okay, that makes sense. Well, probably shouldn't have these just sitting out.
Yeah, I can.
I thought it was much. Here. Okay. I think we got our whole internet connection issue taken care of.
Yeah, because it's
staying green.
like 3,100 kilobits there.
That's good.
0 dropped frames. And it's
Yay.
frames dropped 0.
Well, let us know.
CPU usage varying between 28 and 36%. Just looking at the stats on the bottom of the screen. Okay. Now where's the other tool? Oh, you're in the wrong cover. That's why I couldn't find you.
Come on, Level. There you are.
Wasn't
Hiding
me.
in plain sight.
That's the best place for a ceramic tool to hide.
Goodness, and the goo is drying out so quickly. The foot isn't sticking. And I have to adjust it to make it level. There are just days like that, though. No matter what you do. I should have known it was going to be like that. I was having no problems with bookkeeping this morning.
Except for the fact that you had the program crash repeatedly.
Twice. And it stopped working once. And I got IT.
You had IT to look at it.
He laid hands on the mouse and moved it around. Oh, it's working now. And it's kind of like, fine. Whenever it doesn't work, I'll have you come lay hands on my computer and make it work again. Because, according to him, it doesn't work that much different than Steam.
Yeah. Anybody else out there think that it's odd that Steam and QuickBooks act
Have a lot in
similar?
common.
Yeah, I would have never thought.
And I could even tell you exactly.
Has to do with their lookup databases or something.
And they're
Lookup
basically
tables.
pastors. They
Yeah.
gather data from
From exterior sources. I would have never thought that the two programs had anything in common.
Yeah. I know. Kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay, I think this guy's ready for teeth.
So, yeah. Gamers and bookkeeping. Except accounting software. But, yeah.
Tech guy being good with gaming software meant he was able to fix the financial software.
This first started out, but, well, what does it do?
Well, it does this.
He goes,
No, what does it do?
yeah.
As I recall, that discussion went on for quite some time.
Where's it's right on the other side of the plastic.
Oh, you're looking for the spray bottle.
Yeah. I'm looking for the thing that's right in front of me. Has anybody seen it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Got back to that statement about it's just been one of those days. Yes, and our apologies for the time.
I don't know why you're not sitting right.
From the timeout from streaming had. Well, we upgraded the ISP, so we had better internet. But then we had to get it to work right because it wasn't talking reliably with one of the range extenders. Just one. Just the one we needed to reach out here.
Yeah, so our service provider gave us a free extender.
It would talk more reliably.
I go, well, if you have problems, they can give you one free one. And it's,
Yes.
well, thanks.
We'll take the one free one.
I'll take the one. I know. So, yeah. While we were waiting for that to get here, we did some gardening.
Yeah. We did the fall rounds, as it were. Mind you, we still have a lot more in the way of those silly railroad ties being used as retaining walls to pull out.
Yeah.
Pull
And
down.
the more we remove things around and stuff, the more rocks, more landscaping rocks we find buried.
Someone's looking in the glass at us.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that looks great, Nix.
Hi, Nix.
What's that?
Finished my meeting. I'm stretching.
Yes. Now you can be spun around to be on cat cam again. Come on. There we go.
I was going to say it's. I don't know how much you follow StrongGuard currently, but I was actually trying to cruise social media while listening to endless things about delays about housing projects in the U.S. Virgin Islands, or about documents relating to housing projects. But Thora, you know, the one who got elevated.
There we go. And now we're unmuted. Ugh. But yes, continuing deep. So is the new Giffen much more efficient for the small pieces?
Efficient for the small pieces. Definitely.
Obviously, you're not going to be able to use it for like large pieces.
Oh no. But they both have their uses.
Yeah.
I know they're not cheap.
No. How much was this Giffen?
It's like $195. As I said, they're not cheap.
No.
But for years I've been saying
You wish that there was a smaller one.
yes. And as soon as I saw it, it's gonna
Sold.
so
Is there anything else we need to put in cart? Because we're making an order now.
I know there wasn't anything else we needed. So.
No, because we'd actually been to a ceramic store in person recently.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of amazing. Huh? That's the store that's always thought we were just the weirdest people in the world.
And I think they still do. Because they came up and said, "Do you need any help?" He's like, "Nope, we're good." We asked them where the Terra Sigillata was
Yes, it's for doing.
for doing
Roman.
the Roman pieces.
Yes.
And I have to take the red Terra Sigillata and try to
Just-
mix it with a bit of glossy yellow to see if I can turn up the warmth and brightness some.
Well, hopefully we'll have time for that releasing. And
Yeah.
space.
Well, I should have space in this next glaze firing.
Yeah,
I
But
just
also
have to
for like
mix a couple
yeah,
tablespoons
yeah.
because I don't want to mix much. I just want to mix a little bit to see if it's the right combination.
But having places to set things when they're drying.
Yeah. Yeah, because not necessarily before I get this next glaze firing going, but certainly before it's cooled down enough to load. We need to clear off the area next to the photography station.
Yeah. Because like we needed to add more stuff. We're adding a metal shop. And the metal worker to go with it.
Yes, which is the one who was in here, and we turned off the volume so he could do his chatting.
Yeah. I didn't know that we were streaming times.
That was why I held up the fingers. 1 moment, please. And just muted it for a few minutes.
I hope SCA concepts.
Yeah. There's the local county's branch for basically the arts and crafts and medieval sciences. Most of what I've been doing has been online. There are some in-person like sewing nights and things going on at the moment, but I keep my eye on it virtually. If there were additional techie people in the Shire, I'd ask one of them to get a screen up so people could join in, hang out, ask questions. It'd be a multimedia, multi-access method. But we'd have to have someone who attended the in-person nights who knew how to set up such a thing.
Even if it was just
Yeah,
well, I mean, not everybody is
not
That
everyone's
tech
tech savvy, no.
not, everybody has their own.
Because we've attended meetings that way.
Oh yeah.
And it has sometimes just been somebody's phone.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, you get the multiple voices going and you can't really hear what's being said all that well, but you still are getting included and people were able to direct questions to you.
Yeah. And online meetings have become much more of a thing.
Well, it also
Which-
means you don't, particularly with like business type meetings, you don't have to travel.
Yeah. You don't, it doesn't take up your whole evening because
Yeah.
this is the half hour
There.
there, and then everybody's chatting, settling down to business. And then the business is over chatting some more, then driving home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a lot of groups are still continuing with their online meetings because it's so much easier.
Oh goodness, yes. Especially when all you're doing is chatting. When you're dealing with business.
No, come on.
The basic, you know, running of things kind of discussions.
Yeah, still we can turn it around.
Yeah. Yeah, the little guy's a lot more efficient for these tasks.
Yeah.
Because if she didn't have the Giffen Grip, you'd be like using 3 lumps of clay stuck to the wheel head
Yeah.
and adjusting it and trying to make sure that it's truly centered. And that process takes how long per piece?
Doing it this one a few minutes rather than closer to an hour.
That
This
one is like
one's really soft.
bizarrely-
Yes.
He's
You still had a
flexy.
little, you added water to it and had a little water in the bottom.
I didn't add water to it today. It had water in it when I found it.
Yeah, I too.
Let's see, 1, 2.
And we did do some other throwing while we were waiting for the hardware, the new hardware to get here for.
And then I swear it took it a few days to work out its communications setup.
Then it had, yeah, then it
It
had
has to
sit
think
there.
about it.
Oh, I know.
You okay?
Yep, just kind of.
Gabe?
Yeah. Okay. Come on. Let go already. Oh, one of them. Let's see, there's a.
See, there's a what?
It jumped the track.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So that's a bug. That is a thing that can happen. It can jump tracks.
Well, the other ones did too. So,
Well, at least they all jump tracks.
the jumping tracks did something entirely different.
It did not do a friendly thing. Oh, I haven't finished the inside of the teeth on this side. I thought I'd gotten all the way around, but it's so doing the shaping of the molars. I'm like, wait, there's no groove there.
Yeah, I can use my really
Yeah,
old
this is
scale
tricky.
tool and a new ultra modern tool.
Okay, because there's in the 3 books of the Potter's Art, which was written in 1547
Yeah.
in Italy. There's a depiction of some potter's tools, some of which look remarkably like the one she's holding right now. Yeah, piece of metal with scoopy shapes on either end, kind of curlicues.
Yeah, and sharpened.
Because you know, a lot of modern ceramic tools tend to be metal efficient.
Yeah, I mean, once again, your basic tools are fine, but sometimes it's just nice to have some of the older fashioned tools because it's got them at first. So how does it work?
Do the older fashioned tools, and yes, these were commercially available. They still, over 500, and close to 500 years later, ceramics tools really haven't changed that much.
Sometimes the materials are
Yes. Like the rib that you're using right now.
just silicone.
But I am using the basic pointy stick. But yeah, those
And this one is
the older
just-
fashioned metal loop tools seem to last a lot longer.
Yeah.
Well, they have more metal
Well,
to them.
what the clay does kind of grind it away.
Yeah.
Which is why if it's wood, you want to use hardwoods, because otherwise, yeah, you
Fine
just-
grained hardwood, that.
yeah,
You don't want a coarse grain because,
it wears away.
yeah, you don't see clay tools made out of oak.
Used to
I've never seen any.
a little bit of
Yeah. And
tools
you're
that are
just
older
as
than you.
yes, you're just fine not having oak tools because you're allergic to oak. I know that you react to the pollen. Do you react to like getting splinters from it?
I don't know. It's like, I try not to get splinters.
Which is funny because we have a lot of oak furniture.
I was kind of worried about that for one thing. It's also
It's the heavy varathane finish to it.
yeah, and it's never splintered. So
No.
allergies are stupid. It doesn't matter what it is, and it's kind of, and it's yeah. I have a lot of allergies. I've learned to control them for the most part, but as recently we found out, my skin was cracking, drying, just being awful, scaly. Changed what was in the formulation hand cream I'd been using for more than a decade. It changed.
And one of the absolutely forbidden ingredients as far as her skin is concerned, for skincare, cetyl alcohol, had been added to the recipe. As a result, we are now making our own hand cream. We are on version 1.
We made our own shampoo because they kept doing the same thing. This system, I wonder if they've changed this one too. A lot of other things keep changing.
Mind you, we're now referring to our new cream, or lotion there, as paw cream. Because what we used on our hands was being sold as foot cream. Which always just made us kind of, yes, we use foot cream on our hands. Calluses.
And when I could find something that,
Worked.
well, a lot of these all natural things. After
Largely natural.
after a while, to make it cheaper.
They changed the formulation.
Yeah. It changes its viability. So now we're making our own shampoo and hand cream. And no, it's no more expensive than buying stuff.
No.
You have your initial outlay for your ingredients, but you're not buying the other stuff, so it's just a trade-off.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, because we the outlay for the ingredients that we didn't have on hand was like $90, but we're gonna get way more than 10 or 12 batches of hand cream out of that.
Yeah, how much do you pay for a thing of hand cream or a thing of shampoo?
Yeah.
You know?
Good all natural stuff?
It's
Between $8 and $20.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're still a Mr. Flat Top. You go back in the wrapping. How about you? Are you also Mr. Flat Top? Yes. Apparently I picked up the only roundy skull in that bundle. You guys can just get wrapped back up. Nix is now watching Christopher out in the yard.
I suppose it's also another outgrowth from having all of us having food allergies as we started growing more of them. So, well, what's in this? Then he got curious. Well, what's in the soil? How can you make things grow better? Started a compost pile.
That's okay. What should
nutrients-
go into the compost pile?
Yeah.
What shouldn't?
What should go into the ground to make the plants grow better? This one I think I will leave upside down because it's the bottom that is soft.
Okay, so those three are good to go?
Yeah.
Here. Actually, when we set them on this board here.
Which was what I was about to do. And then you came over and said, oh, here, I'll just,
I was going to take them from you, and then it was like, oh, there's a board here. Okay, so these guys are all assembled.
Yep.
So, next on to throwing, yes?
yes.
What are we throwing
No,
today?
We need to throw some more,
Oh, the Viking cups.
yeah,
So
because
do
we
you have
ran
any-
out of the bag that we were doing the other day.
You ran out of energy and put the last few pieces back in the bag.
Yeah. But it wasn't going to finish the order anyways.
No, it wasn't.
I don't want to say, that's actually going to have to find a place for him.
You know what? What if he were to go in this drawer? Because I think he's small enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boop. It's in a drawer.
Well, it's also something those wouldn't do.
Oh, heck no. Those are what, good 12 to 13 inches across?
Much bigger.
14 inches across? They're
Like
big.
14. They're big.
Okay, you have the bats. I
Well,
need the...
One of them is like 20 years old too.
Yes.
Maybe a little more. But I just got bored that one out.
What? That one
We
was...
the first one was when we still lived in Belgium.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be over 20 inches.
Yeah. So it's
Okay,
kinda like,
so I need to
huh.
switch colors of water. Yes. That's the right color.
so we're not
Then oh, did you get too warm, Nix?
oh,
Toasty cat. Well, that's what you get for being a largely dark cat sitting in a sunbeam.
you don't know how Riker can take it. No. For one thing, he's old.
Another thing, there's more to him.
And he's a lot. Oh, I need twist tie.
Twist tie.
Don't wear a ring when you throw. Best for the ring. You know how I was talking about how clay grinds away metal tools?
Same goes for fine jewelry. There we go.
For any kind of jewelry.
It would just do it more slowly if you had like a steel ring.
Yeah.
It probably would still grind it, but not as quickly if you had one of those silicone rings. Because there's some people who have like the sport rings.
Yeah. It does eventually wear the silicone glue down.
Yeah.
But it takes a while.
Okay, I need to go get you more black clay. I'll be right back.
Move out top there. Just to make it more grippy. It's based on 10th century pottery from Northern Ireland.
Someone had been being good. They locked the storm door. I had to go all the way around. But it's one of those things, you don't expect it to be locked.
I'll probably
Oh, take the instructions and
put those away.
put those in the door as well. But it's like, go, it's pull on the door. Pull on the door again. Pull on the door four more times.
Because
Is it just stuck? No, it was not stuck. It was locked. I was able to confirm this when I went around to the other side. Nose itches.
oh dear.
Okay. Yes, these would be the 11 to 14 ounce, I think. Yeah, because those were 20 ounce pieces. And you need 6. We're going to throw a minimum of 8. You have 1 there, and you have 1, 2. Oh, yes, and you put the double line below the markings.
I couldn't remember which size that was and which size.
It was this size.
And this is why bags are so good.
So there's 2 there.
See?
You have
Well,
3 there, so you need a minimum of 3 more.
there we go. And I didn't want to, it'd be easier to add it
Yes.
than to take it away. There we go.
There. Do you want to do 8 or do you want to do 10 this size? Because I know that we're low on these suckers for open stocking.
Oh, we can do that.
Very nice.
I'll pound you on the head.
No, I'm the one who's dealing with heads here. Okay, so 2 there, 1 there, that's 3. 2 there, that's 5. This will make piece number 6. Yes. You can get distracted, and I have no idea what number I counted to. Probably things that people who watch regularly notice. It's like, what's that? Crap. Recount.
Yeah, well. It was bound to happen to you sooner or later. Get a little absent. She's staring at me. I can't imagine why.
Come on, be the right size already. Yeah. Please do not attack my wire tool. I know it fell to the floor next. Last several pieces all cut off at 17 ounces.
That's what size they want to be, I guess.
But I need them to be 20 to 21 ounces. 17 is not the right size. Yeah. Yeah, that's all of that size now.
Yeah, we got part of our clay order, which included some new bags. Which are now at the bottom of the pile.
There's some of them-
Literally.
There's some of them right there.
I know, but
Yeah. Do you want me to try to lift
oh
up that
no, that's
pile?
okay. It was just kind of funny. Instead, I got them, brought them in here, took the things off their bats and stacked them on top of the new.
Oh, I see what you need, Nix. You need me to throw that cork, don't you?
Oh, look at those eyes.
Those big, limpid green eyes. It just looks like they're not noticing human.
Ah, I'm not gonna get anything done with
I know. Also, I'm working
That's
with
what I'm-
light-colored clay, and now I have to wash the dark-colored clay off my hands. In addition to playing with the cat.
What?
Did she overshoot again?
And she knocked it off the chair behind her, so it goes whips around.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a wise idea to do that, Nix. She thought about dropping it into the water bucket. That would probably float. Yeah,
At least.
because what she's playing with is a cork.
She loves corn.
That is the bestest toy. Oh, you're being a good girl.
Every bubble one comes with a free cat toy.
Yes. There's times where she waits patiently for us to take the cork off the cork puller. Because she knows the sound means new toy.
Yeah.
Oh no, where'd it go, Nix? Cork, where are you, Cork? When she loses track of it, she starts meowing.
She's meowing with it in her mouth.
She had it in her mouth just then?
Yeah.
Hey, that meow didn't even sound muffled.
Thanks. They're
Clever? Determined?
she
Special?
watches us talk with fish in her mouth.
Oh
That's
goodness, you're right. And she also hears us, call out while looking for an object.
all. Yeah. 'Cause after all,
She's not hunting the cork, which you do silently. She is looking for the cork, which you make sound.
does that make her more pet or more person?
I know what she'd say.
Right? Cat. She's the other cat.
Yes.
Which is just kind of like,
I'll
he's
watch them
much
chew.
older. He's like 13. So he watches her voluntarily go into her box to come out here.
Yes.
And he's
like,
but
Dude, why'd you get into your carrier?
nothing good comes of it. He's gone into so much bigger cat.
It looks ridiculous.
Why does she like this?
I don't understand. And of course, Nix is like, dude, what are you doing in my box? That's my box. Did you lose
Sometimes,
track of your cork?
Cat boxes are big enough to fit 2 cats in.
This is
small.
not one of them.
Not one of them.
I mean, we have the large carrier that it's tucked in the crawl space.
Yeah.
But what we need for daily cat transport is just the little one.
Yeah.
And if we had to take either one for a car ride, yes, you lost track of the cork, did you, Nix? Either one would fit in that small carrier.
Yeah.
Individually.
Maybe we fancy what I can't get.
I don't think that would go well.
Oh, I know.
Because while we're getting on, they haven't reached the point of let's cuddle. It's more of it. He's touching me. Well, it's like the other day when they were sniping at each other, and Viper just said, he's like, yes, we are sniffing heads right now. We're sniffing necks. I think I might chew on the back of your neck. And she's like, what the? Get away from my neck, dude.
Yeah. In which case, she takes a swipe at his back leg.
And then there's meowing, and then there's, what are the cats doing now? And there's a grody towel. Nix? Yeah, your cork went missing real good, didn't it?
Oh,
I have heart
what a face.
What is it, sweetie? Oh, rub. Is it back there? Is it back in the corner? It's not in my hand. I promise you, it is not in my hand. You know what? It might be easier just for me to go get a fresh cork. I found 2 more towels to be cleaning. Plus, there's the detritus of bags of clay back here that we need to deal with.
Joy.
Well,
You
not.
did get to cleaning shop this spring.
No.
I was going to say spring. What season is it now?
Fall. Because it's getting down to the 40s at night here. It is now fall.
Yes, fall. Fall happens sometime in September.
Yep. It's like someone flips a switch. And for those of you who play that game, it's like playing Don't Starve. And the light changes colors and background music alters, and suddenly you have new seasonal monsters about. Yeah, hopefully she finds it this time.
Lego. It's not Lego-y.
Do you need assistance, or are you acquiring assistance from the tool pile?
Where's the tool?
Oh yeah, Nix.
Those metal tools are levers. Sarah,
Yeah.
lever.
That's not which one you were using. That one is very, like tri-bar shaped.
Yes.
Why is your eye socket so funky?
There's always that one. Remember that.
I'm hoping there's just one. I'm only on the second one. Those looks fine. There. Oh, did you find it?
Good girl.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Add the paw going.
Yeah.
It may take her a couple minutes to find the cork, but I better get that cork back off the ground when she brings it to me. I made a sudden stop sound. I wonder if it's still still on the top shelf. Apparently it's not.
Morel.
It's Cork, where are you? Ah, sounds like she found it. Where's the big ones up there? How are you doing on pieces of clay?
Okay, still have 3 pieces.
I can hear the cork on the floor now, and apparently it's out of reach because I saw her reach from the shelf above down like this. The reason why I could see it, all the white clay dust on her dark paws. Nope, just up. No knuckle marks protruding from the inside of the. Let's not have one of those alien moments there. Nope. You didn't bring the cork. It's still over there.
Did she do it wrong? Or did it just fall into the inopportune spot?
It's on the floor. You can get it. No, I know you can. It's the editorial remark tail twitching. I need to finish rounding this guy's head. Is you can either be patient or sit down, or you can go get the cork yourself. I don't care how much you twitch that tail. Oh, you're going to be patient and sit down. Gotcha. Dude, what is with that eye socket? There we go. Now you look better. Just hit it a few times with the heel of my hand. Oh, it'll work. All right. Most times you don't want to use fingertips because you leave finger marks.
Yeah.
This guy's still a little on the soft side, and he's probably really good consistency to add teeth, but it's much too soft to do the sgraffito lines out of it yet. Yeah, I'm not even sure he's firm enough to actually set on his skull top. Oh, I see 2 points actually.
There we go. Better shape.
2. Should I throw it over that way? Weird. Oh, you got it this time. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you're thirsty. You're getting all sorts of clay in your mouth. She knocked it from the shelf down to the ground.
It's like doing those sideways exercises. Or it's this lunge to one side, lunge to the other side.
Lunge.
Yes.
Oh, I should.
What do I need with the exercises?
I should come take cups away.
I can plenty of exercise.
Not a lot of lower body doing the pottery.
No, I'm kidding too.
You certainly don't need a hand strengthening exercises. Anyone who has ever had the misfortune to ask, for a hand up or a handshake when you're tired knows that. No, you just treat your hands like a piece of clay. It's like, oh, squeeze task. Squish. And now I have to wash my fingers off.
Inoffensive hands.
Tiny, yes. Little, yes. Inoffensive.
Well, mostly because your hands are the same size as my toes.
I've seen you crush much bigger hands than mine.
There, Bubble.
Aw. Look at that. It's called hit the ground. I think the cat hit the ground.
Really, Nix? Is it refusing to come out and play? Remember when I was young, you're supposed to shake hands with people. You always have people with these big old massive hands that shake and squeeze,
They give you the
wrap the hand.
yeah.
So I've learned at a pretty early age is
Squeeze first.
because that way the muscles are tense and they won't grind your bones together.
Yeah, but now you've got the Potter grip thing.
Yeah, so if I'm tired, it's kind of like
You revert to that old
yeah.
action. Actually, this guy is almost too soft to have his teeth sculpted right now.
Mm.
Good.
No Richter scale there.
Did you have a wobbly line? That one goes in this cup. That cup goes
Yeah.
I have to use this. Yes, I have 2 box nicks. Oh, I think I scored a hole in one of the containers on that shelf.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
She pulled it out with one paw and put it in her mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need to cut you more clay, don't I?
Yeah. Down to my last piece.
Squished fingers? It's like squished fingers from shaking hands. Shaking hands with potters is a dangerous operation. Okay, so the next size is the 16 to 18 ounce. And then we have to have a minimum of 4 of those. So how many do you want to throw?
We'll see about doing the 4.
Okay. I'll cut you the 4 to begin with. And after that, we only need 2 more to complete the order.
Me. You.
That not playing nice.
It's like it worked.
Next, we want. Well, I'll set that aside. That'll be for one of the final set. No, I don't want a piece that's that big. Pieces just don't want to cut off the right size today.
Oh.
That's from 16 to 18 ounce. I need to cut you off the 26 ounce pieces. They kept cutting off between 30 and 33.
That's the next size up.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Then why were you cutting them? Getting flowers.
Yeah.
Too funny. Pacific Northwest and then getting flowers.
Oh,
What? It's a rain.
Clouds. Yes. Because we have what, chance sprinkles tonight?
Yeah.
Yay! Precipitation! I know there's certain parts of the country that have more than enough of that right now. You know, if they ever perfect the way to go, yeah, this area is getting too many clouds. Send the clouds over there.
They could use it, yes.
Yes.
Well, we haven't gotten too much.
No, we haven't. It's just parts of the country that have the flash flooding.
Oh, I know, that's awful. Like Puerto Rico.
Yeah. That is a hellacious amount of precipitation.
30 inches.
Yeah. Close to 3 feet of
Same.
water.
In a couple of days.
Yeah. Okay. There. There. That's 5. I cut you up 5 pieces that size. That way, you know, there's the what if piece, you know?
Here we go.
Totally did it on purpose. Totally not
must have.
lost track. And now wash the black off the hands before. It won't be so much of an issue when I'm doing the 2 other large skulls, which are actually to be black washed. But this one, however, this one is not to be black washed. Everything okay? Oh, dried chunks falling out.
I'm sticking to my tongue. There we go.
Next round for scratching tag.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something different. Bigger cup.
Just keep scaling up. These are going to be shipping off to basically someone dealing in our pottery because they specialize in
Norse.
Norse. They have a Norse theme. They've ordered a bunch of Norse pottery. And are trying to keep things relatively period looking because they went with just the dark glaze and the gray glaze.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be an eye tooth. That's another one of the front teeth. Let's just flatten that out. There we go.
But you know, the whole thing to that is everybody's teeth are little.
He doesn't need 2 fangs on one side. However, the clay's plenty soft enough I was able just to squish it back down into a flat tooth.
Yeah. No, I never did that.
No. Extra molars are only 3 front teeth, yes.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we'll have this skull that ends up with wisdom teeth. Or occasionally even wolf teeth. None of us have wisdom, had jaws large enough to accept becoming in wisdom teeth.
Had wisdom teeth.
Yeah, they tried to, you know, mutiny against the rest of the teeth and come in sideways. Which actually what cracked a molar on you.
Yeah. And about 4 years later, I had because it was it had a root canal.
You got an extra 40 years out of the tooth with the root canal. It's not bad.
Yeah. We didn't get to keep the gold though.
You should have. They should have let you keep the gold. Could have used that gold.
I know.
Because yes, we do have jewelry set up as well.
Slowly working on getting the jewelry stuff set up. Hasn't been set up in over a decade. So
Yeah.
nice to have a place to set it up.
Yes.
It's a tool shed with electricity.
It's a really nice tool shed.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice. Not big enough for kilns.
No.
We just have to build a little tool, one of those little
Mix.
garden things to put,
Do I need
like
to get
the
the
lawnmower
cork?
and stuff in. So
Yeah.
and all the other garden implements.
You know, like picks and mauls and sledgehammers.
Fireman's tools and-
What?
And that fireman's tool there.
Yeah, that's fun.
Chris Rifer even like to use it now.
Well, it's not terribly heavy.
Yeah.
This is not the tool that I want. You know what? That's it. That's it. And then we'll get up and get the
Yes,
cork.
it doesn't look like there's that much yard until you start doing something in the yard.
Yeah. And then it's like, well, we made it 15 feet along this side. It looks like a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Yes, cork. I know. Me, while I'm up, I'll get the door open on the side because it's decidedly warmer in here than it is out there.
Oh yeah, I can feel the air. You probably
we go.
could open that side further too, so.
And then I will deal with the pitiful cat. There we go. Next. The cork. I'm gonna throw the cork. It landed and stayed on the top, so she kicked it to the bottom.
It's much more fun to go with it.
Are you extra cute when you make the sound effects? Is that why you kick the cork to the bottom? Yeah? Have you found where you kicked the cork yet? You kicked it down there. And then you didn't bring it back, you silly cat. I don't have another cork. Empty hands. I'm not throwing my tool. No, I'm not. See, this is a tool, not a cork. Don't, ow! Don't paw at me, I don't have a cork. I watched you kick it under there. I'm not pulling it out from underneath the shelf again.
Sticking our nose in the filter there.
Sniff the fresh air coming in. Yes. Yeah, after we're done out here, we're gonna go inside and draw paint for the rest of the day.
Yeah. pretty productive today.
Yeah. We spent, what was it, 5 hours doing bookkeeping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did data maintenance on the comparison files and the folders that have the history of the items we've made. My goodness, looking at some of those old photos. Yeah, I suppose if we want to do a reaction style of video, all you'd have to do is pull up photographs of some of the older pieces.
Could do that. So.
Yeah, we could critique some of our older stuff.
Yeah.
We need to just sit and firm up a little bit. Yes. There we go. Next skull. I think you're going to finish throwing long before I finish finishing skulls.
Just a bit of skullduggery over there.
Rather than doing file maintenance tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll come out for a session on skulls. And if I get them all done, I can do some writings. A lot of writings need to do. Okay, chuck them in the secondary pile.
No, it's not the bat.
Oh,
is
it's
what I
not
said.
the bat.
It can't be warped on both sides. To the point where it's rocking. This is why the bat pins don't come off.
Why they are rusted in place?
Yeah, because, well, it's wet.
Yeah, it's always wet.
Yeah, yeah. There are wig nuts on the bottom.
They don't move, do they?
They're corroded over. You'd have to.
Well, I mean, you do have the rust remover, but at the same point, you don't need to remove the bat pins.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's
Because you don't throw on the wheel head itself ever.
no, haven't in years. Just if the other one, it has. I'm not sure it has bat pins on it.
No, it doesn't. But we do have spare bat pins.
Yes,
So we couldn't put.
Giffen Grip came with spare bat pins.
And we had a couple sets of spare bat pins from. Just like collected. It's like, they're in the spare hardware drawer. They're just one of those things that accumulate.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you needed a set, think of like $4.
I've only bought bat pins ever once.
Yeah. Well, if each Giffen came with a set.
And well, there was a set of bat pins for this one and for the pig wheel.
I think that one came with bat pins. Not installed, but
Yeah,
put them in right away anyways.
I'm not sure whether we took them off of the
No, I don't think we did. But they may have also been immovable.
suffered from the same issue. But all I had to do was dipping in that area with lots of sea air. It was salt and a lot of moisture, which does what? Rust. You can watch things, sit there and watch things like on the coast.
Yeah.
And watch the wood rot.
When people ask us, oh, how are you dealing with the moisture up here in Washington? It's like, it's drier than where we lived before. It's on the coast. This is not so bad.
Well, it's the rivers. They're fresh water though. They're not
Yeah.
salt water. It's not quite as moist.
Yeah.
We do live at the confluence of three rivers.
Yeah.
Hence everything being three rivers this and three rivers that.
Well, where we lived before was near the coast, and there was 6 rivers this and 6 rivers that. And depending on who you ask, depending on what 6 rivers they were talking about.
Yes,
Because
because
there
there's
was
a lot more than 6
like
rivers.
9 or something. Major ones. We're not counting the creeks.
The one that we were close to was the Eel River.
Yeah. Now, can I find my tool before the cat brings the cork back? There.
3,
Tool.
2, 1. Yeah, you did.
Yes. Oh, very good. Yes. Yes, a good girl. You brought it right back to my feet. That was not back to my feet. That was way over there. I know, you believe in exercising the human, don't you, cat? Gotta make them get up. I'm on skull 3.
It's a piece of hair in the thing. It was kind of like,
Oh, that's
it
always
was-
vile.
tangling there from my finger.
Yeah,
That was fun.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
You could bring the cork closer, Nix? Ow, 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 ow. I take that as a no, she's not bringing the cork closer. She hasn't quite mastered the art of padding with just the paw pads.
Yeah.
gets her attention much faster if she uses the claws and things, right?
You know, bad good viper. He just looks at me like, really? It's not all you gonna do.
Viper at 13, suffers some serious ennui.
No, that's
You
not
just
the response that it's supposed to get.
Even you're doing it wrong.
No, I'm a sucker.
Yes, he doesn't try to get.
Nope. If I do, he looks at me like, what? What's about to happen? Because it's gonna be bad.
This can't be good. Hiss. Well, you're the one who knocked it off the top and down below. Yeah, shake your tail at me, yeah. I don't have either cork now. So you need 2 of the large size cups. How many do you want me to cut?
I'm going to 2 to begin with.
Okay.
We'll see. But any more left after that.
Yeah, are you getting tired?
Yeah. But do those 2.
Okay. With that last one of that, just one of that size, and just one more after that. And I'll close up the remainder of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Now you cut off 26. There. 2 large pieces. I'll look at these guys. Except the oh God, one of them, the bat had stuck to the tabletop. It didn't want to let go.
Oh, that's not good.
It was rude.
And then it could let go suddenly and be very all over your
Or
face.
slam it into the next cup back. Because I generally scoop the pieces away from me because I don't want to have my finger slip off and jam them right in as I scoop towards myself.
The other would be so fast comedy. So let's go.
Just a splat. I don't want that. Nah. That, we have the 1 piece on the wheel head, we have 2 more there.
And then
That'll bring you up to 12 pieces. Oh, actually know where she is now. She's no longer glaring at me. chair. Oh, she's under the corner desk. She's pouting.
It's underneath. Go. There's that one.
Two more left.
Two to go.
And those will be the hopefully the 20 to 24 ounce.
Big damn cups.
Yep. There. I'll start on another skull, but I'm not going to be able to finish another one before we're done. Some of those rings at the bottom. And what had at the bottom becomes now the top of the head.
Get the thread and it's off in his skull.
Yeah, it's specific.
Painful.
Yeah. Specifically, it's that ring that used to be the base of the cup.
Yeah. Well, if somebody had splatted your head onto a bed like that, that would leave.
Hi, Nix. That didn't sound graceful. Getting to the point where I have this small pile of tools next to me. And of course, the one I want is on the bottom of said small pile.
Of course, it's the way it works, isn't it?
Yep. Place. This is supposed to be the other new piece of equipment. Because in addition to the range extender, and the internet, and the new Giffen, we also got the clothes wringer.
Yes.
What we're using the clothes wringer for? Clay towels. Because then we can drop them into a bucket. When the bucket becomes full, we fill the bucket with water. Let the towels slake, because at this point they're crusty, dry, full of clay, and it takes some time for them to actually rehydrate. And then wring them out, put them in another rinse, wring them out again, put them in another rinse.
Makes it a lot easier on the washing
Oh
machine.
yeah. Get the wringing process gets most of the clay out.
You really don't want
And the towels, we only had to put them through 2 rounds in the washing machine rather than 3 or 4. Only one of them was the super uber soak and pre-wash and everything. So we saved saved a massive quantity of water, because the water that we wrung out of the towels, we put in the rain bucket in the rain barrel.
So the clay,
What? Nix? Don't steal the tools.
and then the trying to get clay water.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of clay in the local topsoil, so it's good for the Nix! Stop chewing on the tool.
It's good for the nicks, huh?
She's chewing on one of the silicone tools.
Which aren't cheap.
No. That particular one would, retail at like $12. And she was pulling it out by like half an inch and putting it back in. Thus making little thump sounds.
She's been very angsty today.
Yeah. Well, not as much as she was late last week. Or we finally broke the cycle by you opened that little container you found in the cupboard and what is this? And suddenly you had both cats very interested because it was a jar of catnip. So we put some catnip onto a couple of washcloths. Gave one washcloth per cat. Discovered that Viper is far more of a nip head than Nyx. Neither of our prior ones had been that much into catnip.
Yeah. That's nice.
Sniff, sniff. Well, that's okay, I guess. Moving on. But with Viper, it was like, here, let me rub on you. Oh, what's the matter, human? You're looking disgusted. There's drool running down your arm and dripping off of your elbow. You seem to dislike this. Too bad, I have a hold of your wrist. You are my nip buddy now. You have the job. That's why this last time it involved...
And you're not drooling on me. I'm sorry.
Yes. See, okay. We're going to hijack that whole situation, and here are some washcloths. This way it'll wipe up the drool as you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And just rolled around, and after a while he went and stole Nyx's. She was rather affronted.
It's kind of like, you see what he
He just stole my cloth! What the heck? She didn't, put up a fight or anything. She was just affronted. Because tried to encourage her, well, you know what? You can go take his name. It's like, no, I'm done now.
I know. Also, he does have good arthritis in his hips there.
He's an old man cat.
Yeah.
Might need taken home. Researched up just the right glucosamine supplements for him.
Yeah. And he'd be a lot more energetic.
Wait, what are we thinking? No, we don't want to do it's good for him in the long run, might not be good for humans. In particular, his human might come up in you. Well, hey. I'm gonna grab your
some crazy.
I'm gonna grab your leg and pull until you squeal. Because my claws have sunk into your flesh. He did that, Viper did that with my arm this morning. Because I was in the sunbeam and he was like, he just kind of grabbed my upper arm and started cuddling it. And it's like, oh, do you want attention? He's like, yes, pet me. I'm in the sunbeam. And the Nyx was all affronted, like, dude, my spot, my human. Why are you taking my cuddles? And then she came along and booped him in the butt.
Oh.
Which seems to be one of their primary languages. I boop your butt now. There's far worse things for them to be doing to one another.
Oh, yeah. I'm just about to
I am.
Just lines left to go.
You know what? I could probably finish this skull because I'm on. Probably be. I finished the shaping. I'm 30% of the way through the teeth. I know you're done, aren't you?
I just have the oops left to do.
The sgraffito lines.
Oops. Yes. Now I'm done. And I'm done.
Okay. So I'll do is we'll sign off.
Yeah.
Finish these teeth, and then we'll head in.
Yes. Thanks for joining.
Now that I find things with the new layouts that it's given me.